as reported in last week's My.Na cars, the Karoo, the Mahindra Pik Up Karoo expedition has passed through Windhoek, and I mean, you know, we had to come in and check out the action. I'm joined now by Mr. Hardy the Kok from Specialized Adventures. He is, him and his team were tasked with the nogals difficult task of taking these brand new flagship Mahindra pickups and putting them through the test through South Africa, Namibia and Lesotho. Hardy, hoe gaan het vandaag en ja, hoe is die toer sover?
Hallo jong, nee, dit gaan, dis koud hier by julle, anders as wat het was gister toe ons in die Kalahari was, maar sover gaan het baie goed. Ons is baie gelukkig en baie verbaas met dit wat ons sover ervaar het in die bakkies.
Awesome. So julle is 'n onafhanklike toer operator. Ek meen jy en jou span ken van Namibia baie goed. Julle is al in die mees uitdagendste, excuse me, Afrikaans is 'n bietjie vlak vanmôre. But you guys have been through the most challenging terrain in the country. And now on this tour, how has this new range of flagship bakkies from Mahindra been performing?
Fantastic. The whole team is in love with the suspension. The ride comfort, yesterday, you will know, the ride from the Kalahari towards Keetmanshoop is very corrugated, very corrugated stretch of 120 kilometers of very corrugated gravel roads, and the suspension on the vehicles performed amazingly well. The ride comfort is fantastic, and as I said yesterday, I told someone yesterday, our fuel consumption so far is less than 50% of what we are used to with our own fleet of vehicles.
Wow, that's excellent. And I mean, tell us about some of the terrain. I mean, even coming up from South Africa, I've heard from the team, it's been challenging stretches of road. How have the vehicles, handled it?
Brilliant. Yesterday morning we woke up in Kois, where the day before we played cricket against a local team in the town of Kois, after which they challenged the bakkies to go up to that big red dune behind the town of Kois.
Wow.
All three bakkies for automatic vehicles, they went up there amazingly quickly, easy, and as I said, the whole team is very surprised and overwhelmed by what we have experienced so far.
Absolutely. Now, tell us about this expedition, because it's I think also a bit of a surprise for what the next day holds in store for you guys, because I mean, julle weet nie presies wat die volgende dag vir julle inhou nie.
Nee, verseker nie, en dis wat dit so ongelooflik interessant maak. Jy weet, Mahindra het met 'n curveball opgekom. Wat hulle doen het ons gevra om hulle te ontmoet in Appington. En van daar af kry ons 6 uur die aand, elke aand kry ons 'n leidraad.
Ja.
Clue. Ons moet hierdie leidraad ontsyfer. En daai leidraad vat ons na ons volgende destination, die plek waar ons volgende moet wees. Nou, hou in gedagte, jy kan nie voorberei vir dit nie, jy kan nie pak, jy weet, ons weet nie waartoe ons gaan nie. So dis dan die span se werk om hierdie leidrade te ontsyfer, en dit vat ons dan na ons volgende bestemming toe. Sover het hulle vir ons reg deur die Kalahari gevat. Ons het in hierdie klein dorpie Kois opgeëindig.
Ja.
En
lekker vlees op Kois though.
Ja, nee, ons het ongelooflik, ons het by die Rikus Vermeulen en sy vrou oorgebly daarso. Lyk vir my Rikus is so unofficially die burgemeester van Kois. So hy het ons rondgevat, en jy is julle 'n wonderlike land hoor. En wonderlike mense, en het ons bietjie rondgevat, en ons het die aand het ons agtergekom hoe Namibiërs vleis braai. En die hoeveelheid wat hulle braai, as hulle braai. En van daar af het ons, gisteroggend was ons daar na Giants Playground toe, en na die Coventry Forest. Wow. Ongelooflik mooi. Ja. En toe is het op Windhoek toe. Alles deel van die leidraad wat ons gister gekry het. Ons hoop nou net die volgende leidraad vat ons bietjie na die hele kusse kant toe. Ons is almal baie angstig om hierdie bakkies in die Witduine aan daai kant te gaan toets.
Absoluut, absoluut. Hardy, voor ek jou laat gaan, vertel ons oor Specialized Adventures, want ek meen, jy ken nogals van Namibia.
Yes.
Ja.
So gewoonlik doen ons toere. Ons maatskappy doen toere in die Kokeland en in die Damaraland, motorfiets en 4x4 toere. Ons is 'n Suid-Afrikaanse maatskappy wat julle land ongelooflik geniet. Ons ken nie, ons werk nie noodwendig in die Kalahari nie, en dit is wat dit so interessant maak van hierdie ekspedisie. Ons leer na die Kalahari ook, ons die Kalahari ook geleer ken, maar ons toere is gewoonlik in Kahukeland en Damaraland.
Wonderlik. Okay, Hardy, so julle het nog 'n goeie paar dae, paar leidrade wat julle moet nog 17 dae.
17 dae nog 2 lande.
Ja, 17 dae nog 2 lande. Maar ons is baie opgewonde dat julle hier kon wees vir ons bietjie kon spog met die bakkies en maar sê my, hulle draai nekke want ek meen ek het hierdie toe ek kom opry toe ook my nek uitgegooi amper. Dis mooi bakkies die nog.
Dis een van die goed waaroor ons baie opgewonde was. Gister toe ons in Keetmanshoop by die Hoompie stop, toe ons stop, toe storm die staf uit met 'n koerant wat vir ons sê, daar's die foto, ons het gehoor julle is op pad in hierdie rigting, baie welkom en ons lekker toe geëet by die Hoompie en Keetmanshoop ook. Nee, oral die bakkies oral waar hulle gaan maak hulle baie vriende en dis mense wil net bestellings teken.
Ja, absoluut. Hardy, baie dankie dat jy die kansie gevat het om saam met ons te gesels, vir ons bietjie te vertel oor julle se lekker avontuur en ek hoop My.Na kan eendag saam met julle 'n bietjie gaan reis daar saam met die goeie mense van Specialized Adventures en as julle wil volg, daar is 'n hashtag, it is the Mahindra Pik Up Karoo Expedition. Please follow that hashtag. You'll find so much cool media on there and some videos, pictures and just get a feel of this wonderful experience. Hardy, lekker kilos vorentoe.
Baie dankie.
En veilig wees en ek hoop julle braai nog weer lekker hier in Namibia voor julle verlaat.
Ons gaan verseker baie dankie.
Dankie man.
Thanks.
Also now we are joining Baron Fouchier. He's the category head for commercial vehicles and also the sales manager for the Southern African territories.
Yes, I'm a regional sales manager and also the category head for commercial vehicles for Mahindra South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, been with the company for the last 3 years. We're very excited to launch our new authentic bakkie range, which we've got 3 limited editions called the Dust, the Dawn and the Storm. The main reason that we are experiencing or heading into this territory is we want to unleash the explorer within you. So that is something that we want our customers to explore and unleash the explorer within themselves.
Yeah. So Baron, this is definitely, I think this is very leisure orientated also, really pushing to that market because, the Mahindras, workhorses that we've known, beautiful bakkies, very strong and dependable, but these just look like a ton of fun. What inspired the aesthetics and, all the enhancements that the team has put into this new fleet?
It's twofold. So we're in the process of launching an exceptionally exciting SUV range in India. They have been launched in India actually already, authentic SUV with the new XUV 700 as well as the new Scorpio N, which will be available in South Africa later this year and early next year. So on that range, we also want to have an authentic bakkie range.
Yeah.
Yes, as you mentioned, we've proven ourselves with the Karoo, but we also wanted something more and offer our customers even further opportunity to, like I mentioned, unleash the explorer within them.
Yeah.
So we thought it through and we've launched the additional 3 models, the Dusk, the Dawn and the Storm. And yes, like you say, it is for customers to experience the brand on a different level and have a lot of fun.
So kerk, werk en explore.
Dis hy, net so.
Nee, baie dankie dat jy bietjie saam met ons gekom
Dankie, man.
En die excursion wat julle in die span saam met Specialized gedoen het is ongelooflik en is so lekker om te sien hoe julle net explore en die natuur geniet en hierdie wonderlike voertuie ook ten volle benut. So alles van die beste en ja nee, ons vertrou in Mahindra en ons vertrou in julle.
Baie dankie en dankie vir die geleentheid.
Awesome. I'm now chatting to Mr. Alan Kroner. He's the head of retail infrastructure and development at MTC. Sir, thank you for this evening. I mean, such an exciting development. Can you please tell us, how did this Connect Car vehicle Wi-Fi initiative come about, and what is the technology that powers it?
Okay, first of all, thank you very much. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for spreading the blue news. As you can see, it's MTC, it's Netstar, and it's Standard Bank. We love blue. The sky is the limit. The sky is blue.
Yeah.
To answer your question, it's actually quite simple. If you think about your daily life, you are sitting at a coffee shop, you're connected on Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You're sitting at home, you're connected to Wi-Fi. Yeah. You run out of credit, you ask a friend to hotspot me, you're sitting in Wi-Fi. Why should it be different when you're driving? Yeah. Why should it be different? So when I got a call, compliments to Mr. Clenches of Altec, Netstar, when he called me and said, Alan, we're looking into this partnership. It just makes sense for me.
100%.
It just makes sense that why can't you have Wi-Fi in your vehicle? And we had a coffee, and while we were connected to the Wi-Fi hotspot of the coffee shop, of course, we need to save on credit. And when he explained to me, it's not only about in-car Wi-Fi, there is a tracking component to it, there is a vehicle maintenance and management component to it, there is a revenue customer interface component to it. And think for a moment, you are a delivery company. In the past, you constantly had to credit up through Aware and everything in order for your drivers and delivery people to make contact with your office. Yeah. Now you have the functionality and the capability with in-car Wi-Fi through WhatsApp that your drivers and everybody is connected. So when we hash out this plan, it totally just makes sense that this is the next evolution in Wi-Fi. Put it in cars. As easy as that.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome all the, especially people from Netstar, from Standard Bank, MTC, all the major contributors to this fantastic evening. And then, of course, the real people. Do I sing with this one? And then, of course, all the really important people, our partners, the different principals, the dealer principals, the vehicle brands. We either drive you or have driven you in the past, and might drive some of you depending on your price. But anyway, thank you for being here, guys. And this is an awesome evening, and seeing so many people here. And I don't think the idea is to listen to me all evening, so let's, without any further ado, let's maybe just quickly remind ourselves why we're here before we do that. We need to launch something called Wi-Fi in the vehicle. at first I thought, what would that be? Because I mean, we all have, 3G and things like that as well. And then suddenly it struck me. You fall in the vehicle and there's only one, really, that you're paying for. And suddenly the whole thing about having Wi-Fi everywhere, everybody in the car. The other day I spoke to someone and they went on a trip to Europe. And what they did is they would have one of those dongles, and which is loaded, and they would walk around Europe. All they had 4 or 5 people in the team, and they just walk around, and they've got free Wi-Fi all the time. The cost effectiveness on the one side, but the amazing connectivity that you have all the time. And I thought that was brilliant. So when Hannes, I remember you spoke about this for quite a while now, and you've always been very excited, and here we are tonight. We're launching it. Thank you very much for everyone being here. And without further ado, I put Marizelle, also known as Zally. She's the general manager of Netstar. And Marizelle, jy moet nou begin kom. Marizelle is the current general manager. And Hannes met her, and he probably gave her a good salary, and then they had to fix it with marriage and that kind of stuff. But she's been with Netstar before that, 16 years, working with us. So she knows the stuff, and that was before she got married. And that had been a while ago already. I remember we were on the beach with them when they got married. And Marizelle, thank you.
I want to tell you a story. It was the year 2000. I just started studying. You would remember when technology, mobile technology came out, it was these big brick cell phones. So my grandmother was 71 at the time, and I just had to get the new Nokia 3310. I gave my gran her first cell phone, writing down all the instructions of what button to press if she wants to send an SMS, and she diligently studied that. So I'm very glad to report that Gran is turning 93 this year, and she uses WhatsApp on her iPhone. So communication never goes out of fashion. She's coming to visit me December, and usually when I fetch her at the airport and we drive to Windhoek, it's the longest drive, because she needs to tell her family and her children that she's safe and she's had a good flight. So it gets to be a really long flight, and I'm so glad that coming from that situation where I was able to introduce her to technology so long ago, I can give her happiness, I can give her freedom the moment that she sets foot here. And that's really a gift at 93. I mean, what can you give her that she hasn't already received? But freedom and happiness never goes out of fashion. Now, how can we all utilize what we are presenting tonight? The technology is vehicle to everything. What can you use it for? What you use Wi-Fi normally for anything. The difference just is that it is mobile. Just to get a picture of how this actually works, like we would install a normal tracking unit, it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, just so the technician carefully opens the vehicle and closes it back up. That is the most intrinsic part of the installation. The device is installed in the vehicle. Then it connects to the MTC network. Once it connects to the MTC network, it divides in 2 paths. There's an internet breakout for the user, and then the telemetry data goes, if you look at the top arch, it goes through the MTC network to the Netstar big data servers in South Africa. It goes through Microsoft, and it pushes that telemetry vehicle data to your handset. So you've got the tracking on the one hand. If you want to access it, you can look at that. and they archive data up until 5 years that it is available for you. Then on the tracking side, it's got all the capabilities like a normal tracking unit would have. But Netstar is one of 2 companies in the world that does vehicle tracking that actually has more than 1 million subscribers. So just to give you peace of mind that this is the team we are in, and that's the capability they have. So it utilizes 3G and 4G technology, which is just coverage dependent. And at a later stage, when they feel the need, we can also upgrade to a Cat6 modem and increase the speed even more, depending on Cat4 is quite sufficient for what is available now in the spectrum of the coverage.
I think, not to take the wind off the team from Netstar, you've been great partners to us. You've done brilliantly well. I think as we're evolving technologically, it couldn't have been a better partnership at the end of the day. And I would just like to highlight any other corporates that are in here that don't have blue on their color. It's just a coincidence that we've Standard Bank, Netstar, and MTC are currently blue. Everybody's invited, okay? Each and every one of us spends about a minimum of 20 minutes a day in our cars. I'm not saying we should be driving and doing this, but I'm saying you should be driving and have all the capabilities and the technology that is able to protect you and support you. The vehicles that we're importing are European vehicles, they are American vehicles, they are Japanese vehicles. They are far much more advanced than us, they are far much more connected than us. But we're only using them just to get to one place to another. But with this new technology that has come in, the partnership with Netstar, Standard Bank, and all the vehicle providers, we'll be able to unlock that which we had not had in Africa, we had not had in Namibia, where we can actually have a vehicle that can actually assist in protecting you, giving you guidance, and make accidents on the road a lot more safer. So everybody asks, apart from airtime, what's in it for MTC? And I always say this, a safe customer is a paying customer. A happy customer is a paying customer. A traveling customer is definitely a paying customer. So without further ado, I'd just like to say thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you to Standard Bank, thank you Netstar, and thank you for everybody that's come through as well.
Standard Bank is one of the oldest companies in Namibia, and we actually we were introduced into Namibia in 1915. I came across our original vision, talked about 3 things, one being connecting people, the one being understanding our customers, and the one being partnering up with people that understand the Namibian business environment. So tonight we have the privilege to partner up with a company that understands the Namibian business environment, and I think that's a great opportunity. So I have to admit, I recently took over from the department. The regional negotiations and so forth was with my predecessor, so I needed to play a bit of catch up. I did a bit of research on Netstar, and I must admit it was quite intriguing. I think the company started in 1994, and a lot of innovation that has been put into their products over the years. And speaking towards one of our original vision statements, which was connecting people. And today we sit with an opportunity where we have a limitless connectivity ability, where it's not limited to brick and mortar, where Wi-Fi is going to be powered by your vehicle. I think this is a value offering that we can share with our shared customers. And recently we were on a vacation trip. We went to South Africa, and not being able to use our hotspots in that area, if you want to use the GPS, if you want to use any of that ability, having that ability within the vehicle that you're renting, for example, is very, very convenient. So I think in that sense, this is a great value offering, and I need to thank Netstar for approaching Standard Bank to partner up so that we can add this as a value offering to our customers. And I'm looking forward to that and the value that we're going to share with our customers. And I want to thank Hannes, and I want to thank Marizal for that. I think we can give them a big round of applause.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the launch of the connected car vehicle Wi-Fi service from Netstar, supported by MTC and of course financed by Standard Bank. It's a great initiative. Just imagine being connected 24/7, no matter where you go. The financing is extremely affordable thanks to Standard Bank coming on board, and of course the country's leading telecoms provider just giving you that support to make sure that you are connected no matter where you are, and that's whether it's in your private vehicle, in your fleet vehicle, or even in your rental.